So today I thought I'd tackle the greenhouse, but I've only got an hour, and this is what it looks like before. It's a bit of a mess. I can barely move in here. I've just got enough place to put my feet and stand and look at the mess. Tools everywhere. This year's growing season, just pots and stuff everywhere, not tidied, shoved into bits and pieces. Right, got the hour. Let's see how far we can get. Not done, but better. So, seed trays, clearly there's nothing growing in that anymore. Better go and empty that out. Tomatoes are still growing, but they're not really doing anything anymore, so I stopped watering them a while ago, so they'll need clearing in a bit. Get these trays off the floor. Need to get a bit of fighting room around here. I can't move, got to get some stuff out so that I can actually get to stuff. Already removed a few plants out the tray, clearly dead, but needs sorting out so that the soil can be reused, and we'll compost the rest. Get these tools put away. There's actually a tool caddy under there. You'll be able to see it in a bit. Pots everywhere. They just seem to have been dumped by somebody and then left there. So I think it's a case of getting them sorted out, put like with like, and then they can be put away. But at the moment it's a case of just gathering them together. I do try and keep the same sorts together, because when I tend to be potting up, I tend to require the same ones in the spring. So I find it useful to keep them together. I've got some mushroom trays that I use to keep them in. They're quite good because they stack and you can still see what's in them, so I know what I've got. Let's dust that seat off a bit. Not that I'm going to sit on it at the minute. Starting to think I'm getting a bit dusty, so get some gloves on. More gloves. More pots. They keep coming from everywhere. More pots. Rubbish. Get that out in a bit. Oh look, more pots. What a surprise. So here's a bit of speeded up sorting them out. I really want to get rid of some of these, but I think today we'll just get them sorted out. And when I've finally tidied everything up and I know how many I've got of each, I can take a bit of a better guess at what I'll use next year, and then I'll try and clear out some of the ones that don't fit together so well, or that are cracked or broken, or just a size I don't use anymore. Last year I got rid of quite a few of a middle size because I just don't seem to use very many of them. Tend to go from a reasonable size down to tiny sizes. So for example, sowing tomatoes and then sowing them into the tiny pots. So I need to keep quite a few of those. Sometimes they get potted up into the medium ones and then the larger ones before they actually go in. But I do have this funny intermediate size, you can see in the sort of terracotta colour at the bottom. So here's some of the mushroom trays that I keep them in, and then trying to keep myself down to 3 trays, because I don't know about the rest of you, but I tend to hoard pots. You either get given them or they come with other plants, or somebody says, oh, I've got some pots going, and you're like, oh, pots, yes, we like pots, pots are useful, and then you're just snarled up by them. So one of the aims this year is to slim them down a bit. I've got some much larger ones down here underneath the tray covers. Looking for somewhere to put those. Not found anywhere yet. Hopefully when I do finish the job they'll have a home to go to. So there's the toolbox with all the bits of the greenhouse in and other bits and pieces. Finding more smaller pots. Oh, these pots are everywhere. Just trying to stack them all a bit more like with like, because not only are they easier to find, but they take up a lot less room when they're stacked properly. And the aim is to get these under the bench, so a little bit of rearrangement here and there, and then they'll slide under. Lovely. And room for a few more in a bit if I find some more. And let's get these all gloves together because I keep finding left hands only. These are the trays that I tend to use for the beans. They are really old and are starting to crack now. So I'd like some of the larger size of the ones that last longer. You see, I've got these Charles Dowding, I think the C60s or something, and they have been brilliant. Okay, let's get some of the, well, I was going to say greenery out of here, but it's clearly not green anymore. I haven't watered in quite a while. I've just been too busy to come and sort it all out. Hence we're having a go at an hour today. And you can see that thing that keeps hitting me on the head. That's supposed to be a loofah. I managed to get it to grow this year, but I don't know whether it's going to dry out so that I can actually use it. Might be another try it again next year. It's one better than last year. Didn't get any fruit or anything, just a bit of a plant that died. So progress is progress. Get it all swept up. Okay, the before. Here's the after, and I'm sure you'll agree, although it's not done, it's clearly not done, it is so much better. I can actually get in. Now these pots, I'll take the compost and reuse those, so if I stack them up they'll dry out nicely. Plus you can see that the greenhouse needs a jolly good wash, but I think that's an hour done. Better, but not done.